it. Today we are going to learn what are the different kinds of shelter all across the world and why do we need it. Well, let me ask you a question. What if you have gone for a trekking and you need 5 days to go up the mountain and 3 days to climb down? What would you do? Would you take your house along with you? Is it possible to carry? Not at all. So, where would you spend your nights after a whole lot of hard work that you have done throughout the day? Well, you need to think about that. So, in these kind of situations, you need a tent. Well, why do you need a tent? Because in these kind of places, you won't find the building material with which you can make a shelter every time. So, you need to carry a tent where you can put this up, take rest underneath it, and then you can pack it and carry it along with you. So, these are the building materials. These are bricks. These are bamboos. These are wood. And these are stones. Now, you might have a question. Why don't we use only bricks to make our buildings or our homes? Well, because it depends on the area. How is it? Let's see. Earlier, people used to make their houses near the rivers because it was easy for them to get water for their farming as well as for their food and drinking purposes. But what happened? One day, the severe rainfall started and the water started to increase. The flood happened and then the water entered into all the houses over here. So then they started using bamboos and finally they started to build their houses on top of bamboo poles that are around 10 to 15 feet high. Now, why do you think they used this? Because while they used the bamboos and built the stilt houses, the water, even if when increased, it couldn't enter the houses. So finally, their houses were safe. Now, what we see here, over here, we see the bamboos, which is the building material of the stilt houses. Now, not only the bamboo poles out here, the stilt houses also have a slanting roof. Do you know why? Because in these kind of places, there is a lot of rainfall. So, they have the slanting roofs or the slopy roofs to slide off the water so that water does not enter their home. Now, let's go to a hilly area from the rainy areas. Over here as well, you see a sloping roof. Why do you need a sloping roof in hilly areas? It doesn't rain that much. Let's see why. Previously, it had a flat roof. But we know in mountains there are landslides and when the rock debris came and fell on the roof, it cracked and they finally thought of getting a slopy roof. So, the rock debris would go down and finally the house was safe for them. So, in hilly areas, we use wooden panels for the roofs and stone blocks for building the houses because the stone blocks also help in trapping inside the heat, making the people feel warm and cozy in their houses. Now, let's go to the Arctic region. What do we see here? It's ice and snow all around, correct? So, what is the house in the Arctic region called? It is called the igloo. Now, let's understand what is igloo all about. Well, the igloo is a dome-shaped structure over here made of blocks of snow. So, over here, don't you think the person will feel cold? Not at all, because these blocks of snow or ice helps in trapping the heat inside, and finally the person staying inside feels warm compared to the temperature outside. Even igloos have short tunnel like features just while entering it. So now let's see how an igloo is made. Well, over here we can see an Eskimo trying hard to cut the thick sheets of ice in order to get the block of snow. So now he is trying to cut out and take out the blocks of snow over here. Once they have got the blocks of snow, they are trying to arrange it in a proper way so that they get a dome shaped structure. And finally the igloo is made. Well, not only this, igloos also have animal fur hung over here near the entrance. Do you know why? Because this animal fur helps in trapping more heat and making the person inside feel comfortable. And also in this igloo you can see a transparent block of ice amidst the others. Why is that? Because through that clear transparent block of ice, sunlight can come in and finally the igloo will not be dark. So now from the igloos, let's come to the tent. So what is a tent? A tent is a home-like structure with thick cloth that is used by the people in the deserts. Well, why do you think they use tents over here in the deserts? Let's see. Firstly, they used a roof-like structure made of thick cloth, but due to sandstorm, it flew away. So finally, after that, the people in the desert decided to use the pegs and the ropes so that the tents are in place. Even they used a floor mat so that they can be safe underneath the shelter. Here you see a horse cart. But do you know, the traders in the olden days had to move from one place to another, buying or selling. But they thought that they missed the comfort of their home. So why not put their home inside the cart? And finally, there came the caravan. Over here you can see the horse cart, it became the caravan, and finally the mobile houses. In fact, this is a modern house on wheels that is being used by the traders nowadays. They move from one place to another, buying or selling goods, and they have the entire facility of the home within this structure. Well, do you know, this is a floating village. Wow, doesn't it look great? In fact, can you imagine your house on water? Like it's floating? Is it possible? Of course it's possible. How did a houseboat come into existence? In earlier days, fishermen used to go for fishing and they used to catch fish and come back home taking around 10 to 15 days time. But during that time they had rainfall, because of which they had a lot of difficulty. So what did they think? They thought of creating a house-like structure on top of their boat. Finally, they were saved from the bad weather condition and a houseboat was created. So these are the modern houseboats that we find almost everywhere, like Kerala, Kashmir. And not only these houseboats are used for staying, they are also used for luxury hotels, wherein people can stay, and also these hotels move around for sightseeing. You can see over here a houseboat and lots of people on the boats. So houseboats are usually used where there are more of waterways than roadways. Now, where do we stay? Usually in the city, in our bungalow, correct? But don't you think the cities have lot of population? Do you think this bungalow would have space for all the people, or all the people can have their individual bungalows? Not possible. Let's see how. Well, you had one book. that was fine. Now you had multiple books. Once you're done with the row, you have to keep on increasing the column so that more and more books can fit on the table. So in modern days, we have our apartments. Just like the books in the column, we have got houses in the stories. So usually a building has 4 or 5 stories with 2 or 3 flats in each story. Now let's see, how does a flat look like? Well, a typical flat has a living room in the entrance. After that, you have the kitchen, the balcony, and once you move inside, you have got 2 bedrooms, 2 washrooms, and another balcony over here as well. So this is a typical flat. So now you understand how you and your friend in the same complex have the same kind of home. It's because of the same apartment and the same design of the flats. So now we have understood what are the building materials used for making the different kind of houses and why the different kinds of houses are required. Because people stay in different kind of locations. They have got different geographical features, and even the building material available at each place is different from each other. So hence we should look at an area. For example, if we stay in Assam wherein there is a lot of rainfall, we should use bamboos, and we should make stilt houses to protect ourselves from the floods. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. You can also register for free at deltastep.com to get all the learning resources as per ICC, CBSE, IB, Cambridge or any other curriculum. More than 5,000 plus amazing lectures across maths, science, English and social studies. Our unique interactive video technology keeps you engaged, and our iDictionary feature allows you to quickly revise any concept. Master each topic at your own pace with our adaptive practice technology and 1 million plus questions. Get instant answers and detailed solutions. Be exam ready by taking unlimited mock tests, performance analysis along with actionable feedback, personal tutors to resolve your slightest of doubt. That's not all. You can also win amazing prizes like PlayStations, iPads, watches and many more along with certificates through our Earn As You Learn program. So, at deltastep.com, learning is not only fun and easy but also rewarding. So, register for free now.